Welcome to Food Tales with Shilpa. Join us on a culinary journey as we explore food in the city.
Today we're going to discover the hidden secrets of Maharashtrian cuisine with the warm and lovely home chef and YouTube host Rupa Nabar.
आज माझ्या घरी शिल्पा आणि शिवानी आलेले मी आज कोल्हापुरी जेवण करणार आहे त्यांच्यासाठी तर त्यांचं सुद्धा स्वागत आहे आणि तुमचं सुद्धा स्वागत आहे.
A trained paramedic turned chef who sings for charity in her free time would be the best way to describe Rupa. She successfully ran her own path lab for 15 years before embarking on her food journey. Traditional home-cooked Maharashtrian food is what she is most passionate about.
In a GSB household, fish is primarily cooked and we use a lot of coconut and very little spice, that is normally just chilies and some tirfadas, coconut, kokum, coriander, pepper, but not the garam masala. So our food is very flavored and very flavorful, I should say, then spicy. Till I got married, I did not know how to cook. I mean, it's surprising that people have stories that they really learned at 5 and all that, but no. I'm pretty cool in my kitchen. There's music being played and me and my husband just love music. So constantly that keeps us going, or rather keeps me going in the kitchen, and I'm in the best of the moods in my kitchen then.
So what are you going to make for us today, Rupa?
Today I'm making goli bhat. Now you'll wonder what this is. Goli means balls in Marathi. So these are minced balls in flavored rice. Without this, the Kolhapuri thali is incomplete. So you have to have goli bhat. Now there are two ingredients that go special in this goli bhat, and it's not done without these two masalas. This is a green masala which comprises of fresh coriander, garlic, ginger, green chilies, and then some cloves, peppercorn and cinnamon is added to it. A very special masala which is called as a Kolhapuri chutney or a kanda rasan masala. This is prepared and kept there because most of the items that are cooked, like the misal, even the vegetarian stuff like the bengan and the potatoes, this masala has to be there. So now I'm making the golis for the goli bhat. As I said, I'm using mutton mince. I'm using this food processor to get them all together. In the olden times, I remember my mother-in-law used to make it on pata varvanta or the silbatta, that is called in Hindi. So in goes the meat, then goes all the powdered masala. I came from this joint family and the ladies of the house used to hardly cook. I mean, my grandmother used to supervise, I remember. And we had a Maharaj, or we used to call him Anant Mama, who used to do all the cooking. So as I grew, I was never pushed into the kitchen to help in the kitchen or anything like the other girls when they are growing. But I was a good observer and I used to love to go into the kitchen, though it was not forced on me. But till I got married, I had not really taken to cooking. You can see that the onions have become translucent now. And this mixture of goli is prepared. This is like a cradle of, for the golis to sleep on. And the golis are going to be very rustically made. You need not form them into perfect rounds. I'm just going to drop them into this onions. Lower the flame and just keep on dropping them. You're not going to handle the golis immediately because then they tend to break and then you'll get a keema. So let them just sleep over this cradle of onion that we have formed. At this moment you can handle them, as I said. Now they are already, you can see that they have taken a shape and now they are not going to break. as you all can see, the rice is all separated and it's nicely cooked, almost 3/4. At this stage, I will toss in the golis which I had made. Mix it lightly. So the flavor of the rice is incorporated with the golis, and the golis give the flavor to the rice. So this is the Kolhapuri thali, as I just mentioned. We have some largely bhakri. You can have even kadicha chapatya. And this is the rice that we made, which is called as a goli bhat. And then this is a sukka mutton. So what we do is we cook the mutton and then we flavor it with the masala. But first it is just cooked with just the green masala paste that I showed you. And then the stock is removed. And then the stock is then again mixed with that Kolhapuri chutney and made really spicy, and it's called as Tamda Rasa. This is really spicy. And then the other stock is added with just coconut milk and pepper powder, and this is called as a Pandra Rasa. Traditional food is for keeps now, and I think it will stay for a longer time. The pandemic now has taught us that whatever was local, we were trying to use. In fact, we were trying to do things that was readily available, or they were just there in the pantry for a long time. I think if you're a foodie and if the person around you whom you love loves to eat, you generally pick up to that and you start cooking.